Hello, monsters abound here, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3 and part 10, if I'm any judge, of my Repanse campaign, where, last time, we tried to push north, but it didn't go so well, because there's just a buttload of vampires here. Rude. And for some reason these guys turned up, because they're over here, and I guess... where are you? What?
Your words mean nothing. All that's yours is ours, and soon we'll take it.
Okay. Also, the Dark Elves appear to be landing on Ulthuan, which is bad news because it looks like they're actually doing very fucking well. Tyrion really needs to mobilise to stop that, but he's not. He's just dicking about like the prick he is. I don't need Dark Elves having a foothold. That would just be the worst. So we're getting some Grail Knights. These guys, I mean, they used to be better. Obviously, they used to just run through everything. Like you'd run them into a unit and they would just not stop. They just keep going. It was fucking hilarious. They have now fixed that. Yeah. They made cavalry charges a little bit less effective. I think the problem is that they've never quite... No, that's not true. They have got cavalry right. They got it right in Three Kingdoms. Three Kingdoms is a game that does so much stuff right. But it's got this thing where cavalry is absolutely devastating unless you charge them into spears, in which case they just get fucked. It's that high risk, high reward, which is great. Whereas, like, in Warhammer, they've always been... I mean, they do fine, but it kind of depends on the charge, which ever since Medieval 2 has always been a little bit like, is this going to work or is it not? I remember in Medieval 2, you had to... Like, there was that point where the knights put their lances down, you were like, okay, they're charging correctly. But sometimes they didn't, they just cantered into the enemy, and you're like, well, that's not a decent charge. And it's kind of similar, like, sometimes you just... Like, the AI seems to be able to do charges on a fucking penny, right? They can turn their unit... Oh, God. Camille, are you going to be alright here? It says low casualties. So, yes? We're fine. I think we're probably fine. We're fine, yeah. So the AI can, like, charge whenever they like, but you have to... If one of your guys is still in combat, then the rest of them won't bother. Oh, Jim's already there. We'll get there eventually, it's fine. It's not... No rush. No rush. Jim's got this. I think I said it was part 10 at the start. It's part 11. That's fine. Doesn't matter. Anyway, so Vlad's army was going to turn up in about 45 seconds and behind me, and my army was going to turn up in about a minute and 45. So I did the only sensible thing I could think of, which was hide in the trees and then crawl my army through the tree line up to meet my reinforcements, where we can then link up against... Because otherwise I'm going to be smushed between Vlad and another army. I was like, fuck that. We're going to crawl through the trees, boys. Crawling through trees. Chivalrous? Yay or nay? I don't care what your opinion is. It's yay from me. Now, the Order Resolve said low casualties. To be honest, I think that was talking bollocks, because there's Vlad in this army, and that is a shit ton of really nasty units, including Vargeist and stuff. I mean, again, like, generally, I don't think the vampires have particularly good units, but they've got units that can do a lot of damage. It's just they tend to disintegrate, like, you know, the Vargeists. The Vargeists, you drop them on a unit, they're going to do some smashy time, but they will also die at the drop of a hat. Unlike demons, though, they at least have a chance of coming back to life, so it's something. Unfortunately, I kind of forgot about my Pegasus Knights. I should have just landed them. I didn't, and then I forgot about them because I was busy trying to sort this bullshit out. So, we've managed to link up with our reinforcements. We're going to move down and use this, like, choke point here, as you can see. Meanwhile, we've got some units on the flank there just to protect them, and the questing knights are going to hide in the trees. The idea being that if we can hold the line for men-at-arms don't hold lines. They die. Anyway, so we've got our Pegasus Knights screaming towards our front lines with Vargeist hot on their heels. Now, these guys have got a speed of 116. These guys have got a speed of 92, which suggests I should be able to outpace them pretty easily. And in spite of that, they're right on my fucking tail. I'm fresh. Are these guys? That's active. You're active. Okay, so you're all fresh. So I guess that makes sense. You all... Did any of you have to march? Fuck me. What? Right, is this just me? Does it feel like the AI just pulls armies out of its arse every time? I kind of... Like, every time I push my nose into enemy territory, it's like 4 fucking stacks out of fucking nowhere. Like, where did you all come from? Fuck me. In my Ungrim campaign at the moment, I'm friends with Thorgrim, and I've just noticed he's got like 8 stacks of fucking dwarves. I'm like, what the shit? Where? Where did those come from? I mean, I'm glad he's got them, but fuck me. Would I want to fight Thorgrim? No! Jesus Christ! Like 7 stacks of dwarf iron breakers of bullshit. I'm like, what the shit? Oof. Right, our front line is disintegrating, as is tradition, and our questing knights are desperately trying to patch the holes, take out the hex. I mean, the real issue with fighting undead is that they don't break, they just crumble, which of course is obviously worse if you are playing as them. Also the fact that I don't know what it is about this fucking... this ability, this Storm of the Night, but it really irritates me. I just hate that ability so much. I hate it so... it's so irritating. I don't know why. It's just so annoying. Our questing knights have managed to get the enemy general locked down. He's on a dragon, which means he's doing a lot of damage to us, but he is surrounded, and questing knights are quite nasty. Meanwhile, more questing knights coming out of the trees. There's a large blob of enemy infantry crawling their way up to our flank, which I need to put a stop to, so our questing knight's going to charge in there. Not bad, but we need more. We need to knock out these guys and these guys and these guys, and there's a Vargulf there, that's fine, and yeah, our front line is crumbling, and they're now fighting the archers, who are desperately trying to bring down that Vargulf with everything they've got. More! More! You know what? They're actually managing it. Holy fuck! I guess because he regenerates, he's weak to fire, isn't he? Are Vargulfs weak to fire? And they don't regenerate. They've got the hunger. They don't regenerate. I guess if you shoot a lot of flaming projectiles into something, they're bound to at least feel it. That's my guess. Meanwhile, why does regeneration mean weak to fire? Like, trolls are weak to fire, but that's like a biology thing. I don't think everything that regenerates is necessarily weak to fire, is it? Question mark? Is that a thing? If you regenerate, let me know. Are you weak to fire? How does fire affect you? Are you scared of it? How do you keep warm in the winter? All questions that I want answered. Meanwhile, questing knights freed up, racing back down. Vlad is a bitch to kill, but because he doesn't end up with on dragon or anything, he's actually... the only thing he can really do in a battle is hunt down enemy characters. Otherwise, he's just kind of unkillable. He just kind of sits there. Our Pegasus Knights are running away because they got blatted. I mean, that's fine. There was too many flying units really in the vampire army to use them effectively. Really, what you want to do is like have in this portion of the battle is like cycle charge the enemy rear, something like that. But our questing knights now being freed up, so units of them are now heading towards our what's left of our front line, which admittedly is looking somewhat brittle. Oh, fire arrows and then charge in the rear. That's bound to make those Graveguard a little bit sad, and it does. More questing knights moving in. They've taken a bit of a battering, but I mean, these Graveguards are going to take more of one. Oof. I feel like the vampires, they used to be the, oh my god, look, it was that scene from, oh fucking, what was it, the cabin? Where the soldiers are in the lobby and then the lifts open and suddenly they get ripped to shreds by everything. And people are like, oh, this is like playing the Vampire Count. And now most factions have more monsters than they do. And their monsters are kind of mid at best. Poor old vampire counts. They just need a proper... I would like to see some DLC. I think we're getting a DLC for... The Thrones of Decay is going to have dwarves in it, right? So that's fun. But the vampire counts haven't had any updates since... Fuck me, like when they got the bloodlines? Which I believe... That was Warhammer 2, and I think that was fairly early in Warhammer 2. So they haven't had any proper updates in fucking ages. Well, our front line may have disintegrated, but so has the enemy army. That's good. Just mopping up the last few survivors, such as this Terrorgeist and the Vargeist. And the two damsels currently hiding in the trees there because they were being hunted by pretty much everything, to be honest. The old questing knights there that managed to take... They got one kill, but it was the enemy general. So, I mean, it still only counts as one. Lovely little raid charge on those Vargeist, and the enemy army is dead. I mean, it was to start off with, but you know what I mean. Will Vlad get sad now? Yes, I think he's still at full health. Just nothing, and he's buffed up his leadership, but he's now getting sad. He's having his anxiety attack. That's what Vlad is weak to. He's basically unkillable, but anxiety attacks, well, real doozy. Oof! That wasn't low casualties. Never mind. We sent Vlad packing momentarily. He's probably going to be back, probably with more stuff. And in greater numbers. Alright, well Camille at least has less wound recovery time, despite the fact that she can die.
Your coming was foretold.
We're going to pull back.
I have seen your heart. Making my way.
I mean, their armies did take a battering, but I feel like we came off that worse. We actually lost a unit. What the fuck did we lose? Oh.
I serve the lady.
No. There's Matthew. I thought Matthew died for a second, but no, he's fine. He's fine. We're good at killing fucking vampires, though, aren't you? Jesus. Bloody useless. Bloody useless.
Spellcaster. Prophetess.
The Curse of Anra here is a good spell. It's a very good spell.
I see much. My sight is yours.
Thank you. Do you have... You don't have any gold chevrons. Never mind. You can work on it. Not that one. That one. That one. There we go. Right. Hello.
Denied.
You've got a lot of guys.
For Britannia! The lady calls me.
But you're running away. Interesting.
For now, yes. I go thither.
Oh, you ran across the river. Oh, no. I can still reach you. Good. Good. Can we...
You know who I am.
I'd really like to kill you nice and cleanly.
Show no fear!
I'm just gonna...
Now
just like that.
to battle! For Britannia!
That looks like a fucking pain in the ass. So,
She speaks.
down with that sort of thing. Meanwhile, Jacques is going with... Oh, for fuck's sake. You all coming to... Oh, the problem is, if the Dark Elves take out the High Elves, the Norskins will then only have me to deal with. I get a sneaky suspicion these guys are heading towards me. Even though there's... I mean, maybe not. Maybe I'm just being paranoid. But, you know, is it paranoia if they're actually out to get you? That's the question, isn't it? Okay, I think we want extra defences there. And I mean, at least we got money for beating up that, so that's something.
My reputation precedes me.
It is something. I'd be silly not to. Oh God, look at Kairos and his fucking bullshit. That really should have like a higher cooldown, shouldn't it? It should be usable against anyone, but have a higher cooldown. That's what I think. Because Kairos just ends up with like settlements all over the place, and because he uses it on people he's not at war with, the faction he can. I've seen him like slowly take over people just by taking over their settlements because they don't want to declare war on him, even though they really should. As long as he doesn't use it on me, because if he uses it on me, I will fuck him up. Holy shit, I will come down like a ton of fucking bricks. This little parrot head will spin. Stupid little parrot face. Anyway. We do have the chivalric code. That's fine. Good. Good. That's income from that's only local region. If that was like 1, 2, and 3% income from farms faction wide, you'd be like, yeah, that's really good. But local region, I mean, it's just never going to actually. I mean, it's 10%. It's quite large, but to have that, Repanse is always going to be your tip of the spear. She's always going to be like in enemy territory. I never really understand stuff like that. There's a couple of things in Total War where I think they put them in and they didn't quite know how to use them. And raiding is one of them because, except in Troy and Pharaoh, raiding is completely fucking useless. It's absolutely worthless because most factions at higher difficulty are going to be at war with you anyway. The ones you want to raid will probably be at war with you, right? Most of the time. If you're at war with them, you don't want to be in raiding stance, which makes your army worse. But also, raiding doesn't do the amount of money it gives you is so piddly that it's the only factions where it's worth doing it are like the Greenskins and the Norskins, who admittedly are more raiding focused, but they get raiding, and particularly the Greenskins get raiding camps which give them extra bonuses but also don't cost them any movement, so they can like raid through stuff, which kind of makes sense. Raiding in general, even like in Attila where the stances first came in, I think, was it? Or was it? No, it was Rome too, wasn't it, where stances first came in? I'm fairly sure it was Rome too. But I think Attila was the first one that had raiding. I could be wrong. But like Attila was, you know, there was, even as barbarian factions who were supposed to raid, there was almost no point to do it. Because raiding will never make more money than your army costs, which means your army is always going to cost you more money than if you have an army raiding. It's effectively not doing. It's just costing you slightly less, but at the same time being worse in combat, which is a bad idea. Just odds. It's one of those mechanics. I don't think they've ever really got their head around what it's actually supposed to do. It feels like maybe if it gave the army, I mean, it does for some factions, like an upkeep reduction. It does for Norska. So if you're raiding, your army costs less, and then you're making a little bit more money, which means that effectively, you know, maybe, particularly rich settlements, you might break even, maybe?
Welcome. What business are
having a raiding camp works quite well, but yeah, just raiding in general is fucking useless. The AI uses it to annoy you, that's about it. Non-aggression pact, yeah, go on. I mean, it does have an effect on public order, but then I guess if you're trying to reduce public order with raiding, you may as well just be at war with that faction and just take it. That just makes more sense. You know what? We've actually managed to hold on to Blackstone Pass and a Blackstone Post even.
I await.
Are you in range? No. So I mean,
Bretonia commands me.
We could go and retake Gisero.
Do you know who I am?
Yeah, we'll colonise you. So then we can take Castle Artois. And we can take Mousillon as well. Don't trust you.
Guardian of Bretonia.
So we can take that. Do we have defences here? No, of course we don't. That would be the sensible option. Although the garrison isn't too bad anyway, so I'm kind of okay with that. What I really don't want them to do is like sail down here where I've got absolutely nothing. Well, that's not true. I've got John.
It shall be so.
I've got fucking John. John's down here. He's recruiting a bajillion Grail Knights. Literally a bajillion of them. Do we have 3 turns? 3 turns for Grail Guardians. That's a long time. That's a bloody long time, isn't it?
Your coming was foretold.
Oof. Took an absolute battering. I think we're going to have to head home to replenish.
It shall come to pass. I have seen the way.
Like, we're not replenishing it at this rate. It's going to be quicker to run back, replenish, then run home again. And to be honest, I'm tempted to say, let's grab... It says replenishment. It doesn't say if it's like in the province, settlement. Don't think it really matters. Oh, fuck, it's fine. We'll just head in, do some replenishment, maybe get some better units. I mean, does Camille...
I've seen your heart.
You... Right, you've got that one. That's fine. Margaret, how are you doing? You've actually done yours. We could send you back, get some Grail Knights.
Lord.
Fucking Vlad won't be expecting that, will he? He's all like, I am evil Vlad, and I speak like this for some reason. It's vampire voice. Yes, I'm gonna get you this time, Margaret. What the fuck is that? Fucking Grail Knights, this is bullshit. Went a bit French at the end, that's fine. He's from everywhere. He's from everywhere. It's fine. He's been a Vlad. He's a man of the world, vampire of the world. He's been around. He's been everywhere. He's been up to Kislev. He's been down to the Empire. Those 2 places, but still, that's quite. You know, in this kind of day and age of the Warhammer world, that's quite travelled, isn't it? If you think about it.
Welcome. What business have you with me?
All right. Trade agreement. Yes. I will take your trade agreement because that will give me some more Grail Knights. Right. Where the fuck has that army gone? Okay, you're over there. That's fine. You're going for Eltharin. Legion of Asgore. Asgorn.
Never. Even
Oh, it's a lot of boys converging.
Your words.
What level is that settlement? It's not great. We
Is it
could take it. We could potentially take it. It's an option. Right, Camille, you head back here. Margaret, you are coming. You're coming back somewhere we can recruit decent units. In the meantime, I think we gave Vlad a bloody nose. So with any luck, the Empire and Dwarves will make some inroads, which would be good. Meanwhile, we could do some fun things, couldn't we? I mean, we could potentially get like, ooh, would you like some Sisters of Avalon? I mean, you can have 1. It's not great. Oh, you could have a do you want a Hellstorm rocket battery? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You know you do. You've got 16. You don't have any Sisters of Avalon, do you? No. That's a shame. I kind of feel like there's no point having 1 Sister Avalon. Tell you what, let's get rid of you. Fuck it, let's get another Hellstorm rocket, but you can't go wrong with Hellstorm rocket batteries. It's the answer, it's the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
As you order.
Do I kill you? The only problem is if I kill you, I could sack it and then just run away.
Repanse de Lyonesse.
But look how far Heinrich can go. He can reach me from here, which means even though I sack it and run away, he's still going to jump me. So any casualties I take, I could go for Castle. If I take Castle Artois, that doesn't have a very good garrison. We could take Castle Artois, and then I mean they could probably reach me by marching, but they'd all be fucking knackered.
I veto
And you wouldn't be able to reach me. I think that's probably the better option. Because if they take Gisero, am I bothered? No. Not bothered. Do I look bothered? Not bothered. God, why is my replenishment so fucking shit? Right, let's go for Castle Artois then. Reassuringly expensive. What a weird fucking tagline. I've been mucking about with some more. I think it was Modz that broke the siege replays. So I've been mucking about, but there's only so much I can do because some mods don't make the campaign reloadable. So I might just have to like remove mods and then see. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay. Question. Why is this? So this tower's shooting arrows, right? Fires arrow projectiles. This one, though, was shooting... I'm fairly sure. Let's have a look. I'm just checking. What's this one shooting? You shooting? You gonna shoot? You're gonna shoot me. Shoot me! Shoot me, you stone phallic bitch! That's a terrible insult. Okay, he's not shooting. I don't know. Fuck it. It looked like this one was firing stones at me, but this one was firing arrows. I was like, that doesn't make any sense, because it's based on... Mind you, there's always been issues with the tower projectile defenses. I remember Itza, I don't know if they fixed this. I'm hoping they have. But I was waiting for a really big fun battle, right? I was waiting for a big fun fight. I was going to go, yes, I'm going to get laser towers. I was defending. I'm going to get laser towers. Oh, you can't shoot because you're actually occupied at the moment. Never mind, it's fine. I was going to get like, it was going to be a big defense. I was going to get laser towers. I was very excited. Got into the battle. Did I have laser towers? Did I? Fuck. I had piddly archer towers. I was so disappointed. I was absolutely vexed. I think this is desynced. Because I'm fairly sure that tower was shooting at me. Oh, fuck. Whatever mod it is, whatever fucking mods I need to get rid of. I'm half tempted to just finish this campaign so I can get back to like getting rid of all the mods and then having fucking sieges that don't desync all the time. I'm sure this tower was shooting at me, and I don't think my knights were back there. So it must be, because I'm fairly sure this gate came down first. So I think it changes the hit points of the gates or something, and the replay doesn't like it. I don't fucking know. Anyway, I mean, sieges are, you know, they're sieges. I've complained about sieges many a time, and I think for good reason. I think my main complaint is they're too big. What do I mean by that? Well, how many sieges have you played where you've ever got to the victory point? Think about it. Just think about it. Just think how many sieges you've played, how many times you've ever got anywhere near to the victory location. Because it will be a very low percentage of sieges. Sieges are almost always won and lost on the wall, and I think that's why the maps in Warhammer 1 were smaller. I mean, they still had depth to them, but they was definitely small. There was a number of times in Warhammer 1 where I reached the victory location, but in Warhammer 3, so almost never do I ever get. The only time I do is when you sneak capture it, and they stop that by making the key building require. You need the key building now to get the only reason they've done that is to stop the player from sneak capturing settlements. That's the only reason. There's no other reason for it. There's no other reason for it. I mean, I guess, okay, but like, you know what, I stand corrected. It might be so that the AI can't, you know, a unit that you're defending, an enemy unit retreats into the city because they do that rather than try and get out. And then they rally and then make their way to the victory. Potentially that, but I'm gonna be honest, almost never. The AI, when defending in sieges, only knows one strategy, and that is to pile units onto the gates and then try and stop you from getting further into the city, which always means that you're never going to get very far into the city before you actually win the battle, because they will always lose from army losses before that. You know what? This might actually not be too bad. So, I mean, this is fairly... I definitely had more units over here. I split my knights into 2 groups. One group went this way, one group went that way. We met up over here. I think we didn't even manage to capture this before the victory. Look how many things this, you know, there's normally a way around barricades, but in this particular settlement, you literally have to destroy a barricade to get anywhere. There's barricades there, there, and there. There's no way you can get further into the city without having to destroy a barricade. Which, to be honest, I'm not actually against. I quite like the barricades and towers. I don't think there's a problem with them. The only thing is that there should be ways to melee towers. I think towers should be constructed in places where you can actually attack them and destroy them through melee combat. That's the only problem I can see. So I think they should be in location. One, they should be in locations which aren't fucking stupid. Because often there's like towers in the arse end of nowhere that don't like this. Like, why are you there? Why not build a, you know, why not have a tower like here? Like put it on the ground here, because that way it's kind of covering this. In fact, towers should have like a radius where they're kind of covering, so they kind of act as extra defenses rather than everything around them. They should be like, okay, this tower fires there, you can have another tower there. You get options about what you want. The towers should all be standardized as well, because there's so often you build a tower and you're like, I have no idea what this is actually going to do. Like in theory, you think, well, the tier 4 tower is going to be better than the tier 3, right? And fuck no. They should just have like different, like this is an arrow tower. It's good at picking off single target, like large units or something. It's a ballista tower. This one's a fucking rocket tower. This one will deal damage in a radius. Like something like that. It should be standardized. You can change the projectile to match the faction. But otherwise, like, just do it like that. It's fine. It's fine. And then let people melee them so they can take them down. And then I don't think anyone would have a problem with towers. I quite like towers. I think barricades are fine as well. I mean, the only problem is that I would much prefer to spend my resources on towers because they actually seem to do something. But otherwise, like, yeah, fuck it. I mean, towers are fine. They're the only thing in sieges, I think, that actually make the settlement harder to capture. Walls, completely fucking useless. Garbage. I mean, this settlement's not too bad because it doesn't actually have that many walls, but still you can attack it from 3 different directions, which means that, you know, if... Oh, there we go. We won. Good. Yeah, it's desynced again. I think I'm just going to have to get rid of all my mods. I don't know which mod is doing it, but there's definitely a mod that's causing it because I got rid of all the mods, started a new campaign, did a siege, and the replay was fine. So it's definitely a mod, but I don't know which one. We'll take this one. Slap some extra defences in there, actually. No, still questing knights. Damn. Oh, we got the short victory. That's nice. What's the long victory? I mean, that doesn't really feel far off. I mean, loot raise, sackle, death 70. I mean, that's always a fucking. I think we'll go for the chivalry. I won't necessarily go for the 70 settlements just because that's really fucking dull.
Honor and glory.
Just a weird fucking. Better build a ram so I can send the knights to smash the gate down. Yep. Yep. Good.
Do you know who I am?
Johnington, the John. John Alon. Right, Grail Knights for you.
Devotee of the lady.
I think, to be honest, Margaret might just head down, pick up some Grail Knights from John. Then we need to send John up north to trade the Grail Knights over to thingy-majig, Repanse. At which point we'll have a buttload of Grail Knights running around. Which is fun. Let's go with training there. And that one. I would like to see Total War.
We are here to listen.
You know what campaign I think really works in Total War at the moment is the Warriors of Chaos, and that is because you have a bunch of vassals that kind of do stuff for you, so you don't have to paint the map. I know some people fucking love painting the map. You know, you see those people who are going, I've completely conquered the entire... And you just think, you poor bastard. Your sanity must be literally by a thread. because that cannot be particularly entertaining, right? That must be quite dull. I've never done that. I've never wanted to be honest. But I do think I always hoped with Immortal Empires they might have more interesting victory conditions, but considering how often they half-ass stuff, I really shouldn't have been surprised, I guess.
In the lady's name.
You know, they half-ass quite a lot of stuff, so it's pretty... Ah, for fuck's sake, you're coming this way, aren't you?
No!
Well, I don't want you here either. I'm gonna have to... Oh, fuck it, it's fine. I mean, enjoy raiding what is effectively a ruin. A haunted one at that. Like, it's not a nice ruin, it's you know what, I'm not gonna, you know what, I'm just gonna cancel that, fuck it. You wanna sack a ruin? Enjoy it. Enjoy having your ruin, you piece of shit.
Lord and hero.
Ah, we're gonna burn it all down. Oh. It's just like dilapidated ruins anyway. I'm trying just a couple of Norskins trying to set fire to some some rubble. It's not working, boss. Well, you're not trying hard enough.
Lord.
Fuck it, it's fine. Okay, we can kill you. We can kill the garrison as well.
No.
And then probably, well,
What news?
I mean, it's probably fine. Fuck it, let's go
Show
for it.
no fear. For Britonia, for the lady.
If we keep killing, oh god, that's. Oh, you're coming as reinforcements as well. Okay, okay, okay. It's a lot of undead. Okay, fine, whatever. I mean, for all the things I know I do complain about this game a lot, but fuck me, is it? I do love it. I think the problem is the more you love something, the more you see the issues in it. And I play this game a lot. I genuinely do love it, and I want Creative Assembly to do better. I want Total War to be everything that it can. And this game is beautiful, and you know, when you get a big cavalry charge like this, there's something very satisfying about it. Oh, look at that! Yes! Oh, that felt good. That felt good. Just running over the enemy. Henry murdering Fritz there. Seems like a weird name for a Strigoi vampire, but sure, whatever. They should really have different name categories for the different types of vampires, shouldn't they? They don't. They're just they're all called like fucking Gerald. It's like a big bat monster with big giant fangs, and he's just called Alan. It just feels weird. The first enemy army has been, well, run over, to be honest. They're all having a bad time. Our infantry's slowly catching up. We've got a second wave, though. It's the reinforcements pouring. We've got Rambert's back! Rambert Gans! Bloody Rambert there. What the fucking name? We'll send Henry Le Massif. He's actually quite short, but his name doesn't allude to his height, ladies. So we're going to bring the infantry up the centre. We're going to bring the knights around the flank. This is like a big old. The AI doesn't bother to like wait to deploy in a line or anything when it's got reinforcements. It just piles its units in like an absolute madman. I don't know if this stopped. Like, you know, the AI like deploys in like a big old column sometimes these days, but I'm sure that the AI used to like hold back if reinforcements were coming, and it doesn't. I don't know if it does that anymore, to be honest. It just seems to like, fuck it, it doesn't matter. Pile its units in. If I would like wait for reinforcements and then go for me. Oh, the battle pilgrims take a bloody breath attack. Henry, what the fuck were you doing? Get in there. Fuck it. Murder Rambert again. You did it last time. Get him again. Get him. Punch his face in. Okay, our knights now behind the enemy army, and they're now charging in lance formation, which gives them extra mass, extra acceleration, extra charge bonus. Getting a lovely charge there, just piling through into the enemy. We need to remember... Jesus, look at that. It just ran straight through them. We need to remember that we need to take them out of that lance formation, because the lance formation does actually debuff their melee defense. So once their charge is worn off, it's best to, like, get them out of there or turn it off, I think. I think it probably makes sense. I genuinely don't know. It feels like it does, because like once the charge bonus is worn off, you may as well... I mean, you know, the shock cavalry, so you should probably like take them out and charge them again. But it's not always on the cards, is it? The army is having a bad time. Just need to finish off the last remnants. The enemy general goes down as Henry flexes all over him. I mean, even the battle pilgrims getting... I mean, you know, they don't have much armour, but their melee attack's pretty good, and their melee defence is fine, and their weapon strength is pretty good. So overall, battle pilgrims, pretty fucking legit. Not bad. I mean, they get Frenzy as well. They get the Fleur de Lis banner from Repanse, and here comes the Knights, the cavalry, literally. And there we go. The enemy army begins to disintegrate. With any luck, there won't be many of them left. Once more, killing multiple stacks of undeads. How many did I actually kill? I think most of them actually this time. This is... Oh my god, I can't reach. You're shitting me. I can't...
I go. This cannot be so.
Oh, I'm... Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm in range of Fort Bergboroughs. I can't reach it to lay siege to it, but I can't get out either, because I'm stuck inside it. What the fuck is the area of control? Why is it such a weird... I don't... What? This must be something inbuilt. Like, each city has an area of control where you can't get close to it if you're at war. I don't know why, though. I think it's so you can't get around it. But you can get... Basically, you'd think, oh, it's because you can't get... But if you're inside it, it acts like a barrier. If you're inside it, if you somehow get inside it, you can't get out. Unless you lay siege to the settlement, which then removes the aura of control. I mean, I guess it's so you can't bypass it, but then I'm fairly sure that the AI bypasses it anyway.
Blessings of the lady be upon you.
Okay, we'll probably be attacked by like a couple of stacks. I mean, I wouldn't mind if I could lay siege to it, but I can't. It just feels like bullshit. We could go... What was I thinking? We could go stand your ground, and that gives a 50% cooldown, which makes that... I mean, I guess that's slightly better. So it's only a 45-second cooldown. Like, if the duration was like 30 seconds, I'd be like, okay, yeah, that seems good. But 18 seconds just seems very low. So I'm going to take attrition because I can't get out of that now. Which kind of feels like complete bullshit.
I have seen your heart.
Like, they've got that. But then they couldn't do forts in 3 kingdoms. Or gates in 3 kingdoms. Because you could just sail around them. Oh, dear. Oh, mercy. Never mind. Right, well. We got the short victory. We're going to go up. We're going to get 10,000 chivalry. And ideally, some Grail Knights. Because Sir John...
You know who I am.
You're the Grail Knight guy, mate. That's your job. That's what you do. You just recruit Grail Knights. We'll get him up. We'll join up with Margaret. She can get some Grail Knights. Then we can go back and kick the shit out of Vlad. That'll have to wait until next time, though. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you in the next episode.